All right. How is everyone doing? I've got some new tricks, don't I? So I've learned some new stuff. So hopefully, excuse me. Oops. Let me get the, let me get this off, right? How do I get that off? There we go. I think we got that off now. I think we're good now. All right, learning some new tricks. Crazy, right? Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me see. Overhead cam is on. Let me turn this way, way down. I almost got it off. Why is it so loud? I'm just gonna kind of want to turn it on though. All right, I'm not gonna mess around. Anyways, let's keep going. I don't know what this sounds like because I can't hear it. If I hear it, there'll be a big delay. If you're online and you want to hear the music in the background, let me know. I'll put it on. But I'm a little worried. How about we'll do it this way? We're gonna put it on, and if you don't like it, let me know. All right. If you can't hear me, I understand. All right, first things first, 5 minutes. Roll up my sleeves is first things first, right? My sleeves are not rolled up. Set my 5 minutes and go. Let's see. All right, we're working on this green one. I'm not happy with that purple one, but I'm gonna keep moving on. All right, so it's kind of greenish, and get this open. I'm gonna move so fast today, you're gonna be like, wow. All right, so I'm gonna go with Viridian green. Let's try that to start with. Oh, it's starting to get hard. I can get some out there though. I'll just pull it out. I got a little bit in there, it's still wet. Viridian green, white. Now I think I'm gonna have to add some black to that too. Viridian green, white. That's my Viridian green, the dark one. All right, let's see where I'm at. See, that's too kind of brightish. It's dull, right? So I'm gonna add a touch of black to it to dull it down. And let me check it before I think I gotta add some white. That's not bad. Yeah, let me try to add some more white. I might try the permanent green light also, but I don't want to take too much time. Let's see how close I can get with this. If I'm not close at all, you know what also I'm gonna add? I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow ochre to it. A little bit of yellow ochre. I'm looking at that and I'm getting a hint of that color in there. All right, let's look at that now. Oh, that's getting close. That is super close. I'm gonna add a little more yellow ochre. That's what I needed. I'll tell you, it's funny. I use yellow ochre like crazy. It's so funny. I see it in like everything. It must be like the color of like the atmosphere or something. That is so close right there. I love it. I'm going with it. A little oil. A little oil. And then let's paint it on. Could go a little bit lighter. All right, so close. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, that's much better. It's a little, maybe a touch dark, but it's not bad. I can live with that. Boy, maybe I can't live with that. I don't know. I want to go even lighter. Trial and error, right? Yeah, that's much better, except it's going to mix in with what I just put down, so it's not going to take as nicely as I wanted it to. Maybe even a little more yellow ochre. Yeah, a lot more yellow ochre. I'm going to leave it there. I know where my mistakes are. It's a little bit off. You can see it, I'm sure. A little too dark, not white enough. That's fine. All right, let's get all the paint off there. I got some green still in the bristles there. All right, next one. How much time? 53 seconds. I'm going blue. I'm gonna go with French Ultramarine. Let's try it. Instead of waiting, let's just try it. That's super like bright. Look how bright that is. And of course some white. Let's see where we're at. And some black. Dull it down. Alright, that's not looking too bad. More white. Oh. Let's try, take a look at it. Not bad. A little more white. I'll wash this one off. But we are so close to getting two done. That was like super speedy. That's how I like to do it. Get them right off the bat. It's really close. I think a little more black even. I might get interrupted today, so I apologize if I do. Got someone coming over for a little maintenance. Let me get a little oil on that so it spreads a little bit better. That's not bad. Ah, it's too blue. It's too blue. All right, too blue. More white. More black. It was too bright. Let's try that. That's a little bit better. Again, too dark. I guess that's my way I do things. I just do them dark. All right. All right, moving on. Put this down to the side. Get my brush off. And we're moving over to the box. We've got a brand new canvas here. Canvas board. After this canvas board, I'm not going to use canvas boards anymore. I'm going to switch to nice canvas. And from here on out, it's going to be more finished works of art, okay? They might be studies, they might be fast, but they are going to be things that I think are worthy of being signed. So we're going to go with it. Is anybody online? See, one is watching. It could just be me. I'm curious how the music is, so if anybody's online, I want to know how the music is. All right, let's move on. So let me zoom this one in so you can see what's going on. All right, and hopefully my head doesn't get in the way too much. All right, that's where we're at. So we're going to paint this. I'm going to paint this. If you... Now, you're slightly different angle than me, okay? So recognize that first of all, and I'll try to to do this in a way that that you can see what I'm doing, and hopefully I can move over a little bit without getting in the way, and I can. That's great. All right, so just like before, we haven't changed anything. We've got a ball, we've got a cube, we've got a cone. I'm making it a little bit different, putting the cone on the edge. We're going to paint the background. We're going to paint everything. Okay, we're going to fill this canvas with stuff. So the way that I'm going to start out, let me get an appropriate brush here. I want to get a brush that's kind of long. I'll show you in a second. That one looks, let's see how that one fares out. All right, so here's the brush that I'm going to use. It's a round brush. It's a number 5. And I'm going to use this brush to sketch. I'm not going to use a pencil. I'm going to draw with my brush. And the way that I'm going to do that drawing is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a light gray, very light gray, just to have something to draw with. Not too dark at all. Mix it up. Again, if I get interrupted, I apologize. I'll try to put in the full hour later on, but I may get the doorbell ringing in a minute. All right, so there's my gray. Now, because I'm doing this as a drawing, I'm not going to use my oil. I'm going to use my turpentine, okay? I want this drawing to dry fast. Let's see if this brush is okay. It's kind of clumping up. I don't like this brush. Forget it. That brush needs to be retired. I'm going to grab a different brush. I'm going to grab, see, this brush is a little smaller. It's 3, number 3. Get a little turpentine again. Dip it in there. So the turpentine will make the paint dry faster. Okay. Now, here's what we're drawing. Hopefully I'm not in the way too much. And I'm going to try to fill this thing. So I'm looking at my, let me pull this down so I don't knock it over by accident too. All right, so I'm looking at my space that I've got here. I want the cone to maybe fill in from here. So here's the tip of the cone, and here's the back, and this will be kind of sketchy. That's okay. And here's the where it lays. It's a little bit more of an angle, I think, though. Yeah, like that. All right. Get a little bit more. It's not liquidy enough. It should be really liquidy so I can draw almost like a pencil. All right. Get a little bit more. Now that cube comes up around there, and I'm being really super sketchy. And maybe around there, and the center of it's right there. This is smaller than the back. As a reminder, all right, I'm a little bit higher than your camera is, so I can see the top of this box slightly. There, and then my sphere, again, take a look, it's a little to the right, so the sphere is in the middle here. It's a little shorter, so I could have probably painted this a little bigger. I got a lot of space up there, don't I? That is not a problem, it's just annoying. All right, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to fix it. All right, so I'm going to add a little more black so I can see the differences of where I just drew. Sometimes this happens. So I'm going to make this, because the ball ended up being way too short, so I'm going to pull this over here And so the cone is going to go up much higher. Right. Make the cone go way up here. How I did that. I know I'm just kind of like drawing through what I just made, right? And you're like, but how are you going to do that? I'm just going to paint right over it. That's the beauty of oil paints. You don't have to worry about it. You can just redo it. I'm just going to try to forget about what I did a minute ago. Now, if I needed to, I could paint over that, or I could take my turpentine and kind of wash over it again. But I don't need to do that. I can see it. This might be like crazy confusing for you. I hope it's not too confusing. All right, straight down. This comes out about there. A little more turpentine. And this comes lower here. See, now that's filling up my space a lot better, right? Doesn't need to be perfect yet. I don't care that it's perfect. I just want to know where my objects are. That's where they are, all right? Closer to the center. I was drawing them way too low on the page. All right, so now we're gonna get some paint going here. I'm gonna use this guy right here. Sorry, there's a glare from my light right above that. I'm gonna use a flat brush, and it's kind of a wide brush. What is it? 10 millimeter flat brush. And I'm gonna start with the bottom here, so I can kind of get rid of that stuff there. And I'm gonna pull a bunch of white over here, and we'll keep this going right there. And let's see, what do I want to do? I want to, do I want to use oil? Yeah, I guess I want to use oil. All right, I'm just gonna get a little bit of paint. And let's just kind of try to cover that up a little bit. Now, on my model here, this is all light down here on the bottom here, so I'm going to paint that pretty bright. I'll get a little shadow in there eventually, and it's going to get darker as it goes across. So just starting out with close to white, not completely white. And I'm not using too much paint right now. I'll get more paint on later. I'm just trying to get some tones on the board, okay? The back of it is right there. Paint that a little, see? Paint that a little darker back there as it comes down. And then it's really dark under here. But I'll get that much darker. I'm just kind of boxing some ideas in. Crazy, it's a little dark over here in this corner. Wipe that off a little bit. Some more of this almost white. A little more on the brush. We'll call this almost white. A little more gray in there. We're just using it with black and white. This whole thing is just going to be black and white. See, it's already looking better now that that's starting to get covered up, right? Oil. Now, normally, if this was going to be like a finished painting, I would probably be using turpentine right now. as an underpainting, but I'm not really doing an underpainting. I'm just painting the whole thing, right? All right, let's start to darken this up a little bit. More oil. Some more paint. Not enough paint. And so you can have like a whole range of tones going over here. That might be a little dark. Pulling some more white on top of it. Oil. It's okay if you go over your kind of sketched painting here. You will have opportunity to fix things, and actually it's a good idea to go over the edges, right? I just want to, those marks mean nothing right now. They mean absolutely nothing. I wonder how this sounds. I'm going to turn this up for a second and see how it sounds. How do I get the volume up here? The edges, right? I just want those marks mean nothing. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. I don't mind it. I like that music in the background. Sure, it certainly makes it more interesting for you, right? All right, let's get a little bit more over here, a little darker as we go across, right? Not too dark because we've got shadows that we've got to paint in, right? I'm just getting a baseline. So this is about right here, let's say. So this is a little bit high over here. I'll have to fix that after. Use your eyes, squint. This is just a quick underpainting here that we're doing. You're all watching me like, I don't know if this guy can paint or not. Well, you will see. You will see the magic. You don't have to know everything up front. You don't have to, you can kind of figure it out as you go, right? Blend that out a little bit. This nice gradient going over there. Great. Let's do the top half now. What time is it anyways? All right, we are cooking. Top half. So let's look at that. So again, it's pretty dark over here on this side, isn't it? But pretty light over there. So we got a light to dark with some shadow back there. I'll start getting a touch of the shadows back there, but we'll start with the light, of course. Let me get some more white here. It's pretty bright back there on that left side. See how I'm kind of developing my different values, right? So here's my almost 1 or 0, and it gets maybe up to like 2 or something like that. It hasn't gotten very dark yet. I can come in with brighter paint later if I need to. You're going to find, especially on this canvas board, that let me make sure this is even over here. The first time you go to paint, It's like the canvas board just sucks everything up. It doesn't want to spread nicely, right? So make sure that's across there. Just take your time, don't worry about it. It will, once you get that first coat on there, it will start spreading real nice. And we're painting a large area too. Like this is a really large background here that we're painting, so. Don't worry too much about it. Sound is okay. Nice. Thank you. I was hoping you'd be here to help me out with that. Appreciate you. I really need more paint, don't I? Let me get some more. A lot of paint, a lot of paint. If you are seeing a bunch of canvas show through, that means you're not using enough paint. Get it on there, right? That first coat, like I said, is really, it's kind of a pain. Get underneath there. Don't forget that spot if you got one of these things going on. And then we're going to start getting darker here. Now we'll start getting some more. It's too much black. Too much black. I always forget to change my cameras. I'm making a mess over here. Change my camera. This is like over here, I think. Yeah, this is really dark. So let's. There's like the shadow that goes across down there. You didn't see my my intro graphic. I've got a graphic that I can go back and forth to and everything. It's like I know what I'm doing almost. The only thing that's got me stumped whenever I go to start, it is like I can't find where the live stream is. I find it every day, but it's like they keep changing where it is on me. I think I know where it is, and then it's like, wait, it's not there anymore. All right, there's that shadow there, and then we've got the shadow in the back here. Try not to get paint on my phone. All right, that's like here. It kind of goes down a little bit. Switch it. Switch that camera. okay. Now we need a bunch of white. Let me get this off here a little bit. Bunch of white. Pull this down over here. Should put it up there, but it didn't. Oh well. And I like to do this kind of X motion when I'm painting large areas. I could probably use a larger brush, but now here is a good tip. When you're painting, like right now, this is a really hard edge where the shadow is, but that actual shadow is not very hard edged right over there. So I want to make sure I blend that out afterwards. Otherwise, you're going to see a line there. And I want to make sure that line goes away. Same thing over here. I can't have, you know, unless it's really meant to be a hard line there, especially at the very beginning of a painting. Soft lines will treat you nicer, will treat you better. More paint. Again, just trying to cover it up. I'm probably using way too much oil right now, but that's okay. Try to get more paint on there. I just want a coat of something on there. I don't really care what it looks like yet. A little darker over here. Now tomorrow, I'm going to come back in the morning. So I'm going to do my usual morning session, and then I'll do my afternoon session too. So we'll see if we can actually get this done tomorrow. So I'll take this and I'll just feather it out a little bit. Again, I don't care too much about how accurate it is quite yet. This is not meant to be a super realistic painting. It's going to look good. Trust me, it'll look good. But it's really meant to be a study, quick study. Let's get some shadows going under the sphere here. Just blocking in some ideas, that's all. They don't have to be correct. Let me back up so I can see what I'm doing. Just make sure I'm doing that right. Just cut up here. actually a little darker in this area here. Alright, so far so good. Let's get a little shadow. We got the shadow on the, let's get some shadow in there. So I can maybe stop seeing that mistake that I made earlier. Let's see, it's like from the corner, like there. Yeah, that looks all right. All right, let's do some mixing here. Let's see. Some of this maybe. Still working on that shadow. Get it in quick. Don't sit there messing with it too much. Just get it in there. This is where I want to get this. I want to get this line in there. And I need some white. Let me clean that off. This is pretty bright over here on this side. But a little bit of gray, just a little bit. I'll whiten it up more later probably, but just so I can see what I'm doing. And again, that is not a hard line, so let's blend that shadow out a little bit. There we go. And let's do the top. Is about the same, pretty dark as far as the shadow on the top. This is not much. It's lighter than the background, isn't it? But maybe the background needs to be darkened. What to do? I'm going to grab a little more white. I'll work over here maybe. A little more oil. I might be making a mistake with the oil. Keep adding a lot of oil, but I don't really want to work with turpentine yet. This top is going to be I'm going to change the tones on this quite a bit as we go. I'm just blocking stuff in. What time is it? Got a few minutes maybe. Let's see if the doorbell rings. Wipe that off a little bit. Let me get some lighter white, because this is kind of bright over here. Looks good. Now, notice I'm working back to front. All right, that's something to think about too. This might be a little bit needs to be a little flatter, but I'll take care of that afterwards. Let me soften this up here. I don't want anything to be too sharp unless I'm sure of it. All right, this is going to be dark. I know I'm just painting it one tone. This is not one tone. I'm just putting in a general value to get things started, okay? All right, that's fine. Time's it. All right. I'd like to get more done. I think I'm going to I think we're going to end there for now. I'm worried that if I don't stop soon enough, the doorbell's going to ring and I'll be in the middle of something. So this might be a good time. If you've got a setup and you're working on this, then continue. Just you can see the values. Continue, block in, and that's all you're doing. You're just blocking in some general shapes here and there. You're not doing anything crazy with it. Just get the general location of everything. Get the general position of the shadows and the highlights, and that's it. And then we'll go back and we'll put a new layer on top of that defines the shadows, defines the highlights, defines the shapes much better. So take your time with it. There's no reason to rush this. I'm going to try to finish this tomorrow afternoon, but you take your time. You don't have to go as fast as I do. All right? So, as always, thank you for joining me. Really appreciate having you here, and happy painting. Have a great day. All right, check out my new graphic. Here we go. Bye.